Have you ever wondered why you feel trapped in a cycle of overthinking, self-doubt, or constant anxiety? What if I told you that most of your suffering isn't caused by your circumstances, but by something far more subtle? Your own thoughts. Welcome to this video where we dive deep into the eye-opening book, Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. This book reveals a powerful truth. The mind is often your biggest deceiver. It crafts stories and beliefs that keep you stuck in fear and unhappiness. But here's the good news. You don't have to believe every thought that crosses your mind. Stay tuned as we explore how this book can help you break free from the prison of overthinking and live a life of clarity, peace, and inner freedom. Don't Believe Everything You Think is a profound exploration of the human mind and the suffering it creates. Through the unchecked belief in our thoughts, Joseph Nguyen challenges the reader to rethink their relationship with their thoughts and beliefs. The book delves into how many of us live in a state of constant mental noise, consumed by overthinking, stress, and negative thought patterns, all stemming from our unexamined beliefs. Nguyen's message is clear. Most of the thoughts we hold as true are not factual representations of reality, but merely mental fabrications. In this journey, Nguyen provides a roadmap to break free from the cycle of mental entrapment. He emphasizes the importance of developing awareness and practicing mindfulness. By becoming mindful of our thoughts, we can observe them without attachment or judgment. Through this awareness, Nguyen argues that we can live a life of clarity, inner peace, and joy, untouched by the limitations of our thoughts. The book encourages an ongoing commitment to mindfulness, suggesting that even small, incremental changes can lead to profound shifts in our mental and emotional well-being. One of the key teachings in the book is the concept of thought watching. Nguyen advises readers to become more discerning observers of their own thought processes. When a negative or stressful thought appears, rather than immediately accepting it as truth, we should examine it critically. Is this thought really true? Often we find that our fears and anxieties are based on imagined scenarios, rather than concrete realities. This practice of thought examination can significantly reduce the power that overthinking and anxiety hold over us. Another vital theme in Don't Believe Everything You Think is the idea that our minds create stories that can either uplift or imprison us. By recognizing that many of our thoughts are just narratives detached from reality, we can begin to let go of limiting beliefs. The book encourages us to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and openness, allowing us to challenge long-standing mental patterns and develop new, empowering ways of thinking. As you read through this insightful book, you'll discover practical exercises and real-world examples to help you apply these principles in your own life. Nguyen's guidance leads you on a transformative journey, showing you how to detach from harmful thoughts and embrace a more liberated, joyful existence. The ultimate takeaway from Don't Believe Everything You Think is that you have the power to change your internal landscape. By practicing mindfulness and skepticism toward your thoughts, you can reclaim your mental freedom and live a life full of clarity, peace, and inner happiness. Our thoughts are like clouds drifting through the sky, ever-changing and often deceptive. One of the key ideas that Nguyen emphasizes is that our thoughts do not necessarily reflect the truth. Our minds constantly filter reality through the lens of our past experiences, biases, and beliefs. This means that what we think is happening might not be what's actually happening. By attaching ourselves to these thoughts, we create a distorted perception of reality, a gap between what is and what we think it is. For instance, a person might repeatedly think they are not good enough, and over time they begin to believe these thoughts, limiting their potential and creating unwarranted suffering. This misconception is the product of our minds, not the reality of our lives. Understanding the nature of the mind is crucial to overcoming this distortion. Nguyen illustrates the mind as a relentless storyteller, continuously weaving narratives about our life and circumstances. These narratives are seldom neutral. They are usually tinged with negativity, fear, and insecurity, making our life stories more dramatic and anxiety-ridden than they need to be. The mind's habit of creating meaning from random events can lead to overthinking, which in turn fuels emotional turmoil. The essential realization here is that the mind is not you. Your true self is separate from the thoughts that pass through your mind. By detaching from these thoughts, you can begin to find enduring peace and clarity. One of Nguyen's pivotal points is that overthinking is a primary source of human suffering. When we become ensnared in endless loops of thought, we disconnect from the present moment, the only place where genuine happiness and peace exist. The mind thrives on anxieties about the future or regrets about the past, consistently pulling us away from the now. As we believe the mind's incessant stories, we end up entrapped in a mental reality of our own making, divorced from the actual reality of our lives. The escape from this mental prison lies in the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves observing our thoughts from a distance without judgment or attachment. By doing so, we can see our thoughts for what they are, ephemeral and not necessarily true. This detachment allows us to free ourselves from their grip, finding relief from the suffering they cause. By mastering the art of mindfulness, we can quiet the incessant chatter of the mind and reconnect with the present moment. This practice helps us see through the illusions our thoughts create and allows us to experience life as it truly is, unclouded by past biases and future worries. Nguyen's insights offer a pathway to not only understanding our mind, but also transforming our relationship with it. Through mindfulness, we reconnect with our true selves, experiencing a state of peace and clarity that lies beyond the reach of our thoughts. Beliefs, the foundation of suffering. The book makes a crucial distinction between thoughts and beliefs. While thoughts are transient, beliefs are deep-rooted and more powerful in shaping our reality. Beliefs are thoughts that have been repeated so often that we accept them as truths. For instance, if you've consistently thought, "I am not worthy," it can solidify into a belief that you are fundamentally unworthy of love, success, or happiness. Nguyen encourages readers to question their beliefs. Are these beliefs serving you? Are they accurate representations of reality? By challenging and deconstructing these limiting beliefs, you can start to shift your perception and open yourself up to new possibilities. Letting go of control. Another profound insight from the book is the idea of surrendering control. Much of our mental suffering comes from the desire to control our thoughts, emotions, and circumstances. Nguyen explains that trying to control everything is futile because life is inherently unpredictable. Instead, by letting go of the need to control, we can find freedom. This doesn't mean resigning from life, but rather accepting that life will unfold in its own way, regardless of how much we try to force it. By releasing the need to control every outcome, we allow ourselves to flow with life, experiencing peace even in the face of uncertainty. The power of presence. Nguyen repeatedly returns to the importance of presence. The present moment is where life happens, yet most of us are rarely fully present. We are caught in thoughts about the past or future, never truly engaging with what's in front of us. The practice of mindfulness brings us back to the present, grounding us in reality rather than the mental constructs we've created. Nguyen points out that peace and happiness are always available to us in the present moment, but we miss them because we are too busy living in our heads. 7. Embracing self-love and acceptance. A significant portion of the book is devoted to cultivating self-love and acceptance. Nguyen emphasizes that one of the biggest traps of the mind is the constant narrative of not being enough. Whether it's not being successful enough, attractive enough, or smart enough, the mind is adept at creating stories of inadequacy. However, the author argues that true peace comes when you can embrace yourself fully, with all your perceived flaws and imperfections. Self-love isn't about changing yourself, but accepting yourself as you are, free from the expectations and judgments of the mind. 8. The role of awareness. Awareness is the key to breaking free from the mind's traps. Nguyen explains that once you become aware of your thoughts, you can step back and observe them objectively. This meta-awareness allows you to see that thoughts are just mental events. They are not who you are. Through awareness, you can stop identifying with your thoughts and beliefs, and in doing so, you free yourself from their hold. This is a powerful practice that over time leads to inner peace and clarity. Key insights and takeaways. 1. Thoughts are not facts. Most of the thoughts we have are distortions of reality, influenced by our past, fears, and insecurities. 2. Mindfulness is the path to freedom. By observing your thoughts without attachment, you create space between yourself and your mind, allowing you to live in the present. 3. Suffering is self-created. Much of our suffering comes from believing in false narratives and limiting beliefs. You are not your thoughts. The true self is beyond the mind and its stories. When you disidentify from your thoughts, you discover a deeper sense of peace. Question your beliefs. Challenge the beliefs that hold you back. Don't believe everything you think is a profound guide to transforming your relationship with your thoughts, beliefs, and mind. By practicing mindfulness, awareness, and self-love, Joseph Nguyen shows us that we can free ourselves from the mental prisons we've unconsciously built. The book is not just about thinking differently, but about being differently, living a life rooted in the present moment, free from the constraints of limiting thoughts and beliefs. This journey toward inner peace requires self-awareness, patience, and practice. But the reward is a life of joy, clarity, and true freedom.